everybody, Fiber Spider here with another origami tutorial for you. And today we are going to be making stars. Very, very pretty. They have a dimensionality about them, and I think you guys are really going to like this. Yeah. And using some schmancy paper, I made a couple of other really nice examples. Really like how they came out. Almost kaleidoscopic, if you will. Very, very pretty. Now, there is a bit of a twist with this particular piece. Now, we are going to be starting out with a square sheet of paper, but we need to make this 5-sided. Yep. So we are going to need a pair of scissors. However, you do not need a ruler. There is a way that you can fold this and cut it one cut. Very, very simple. And I'm going to show you how to do that because, yes, we need this to be a pentagon-shaped piece of paper. And then from that, we can make these lovely stars. So grab a square sheet of paper, pair of scissors, and let's get to it. Alrighty, so if you have a traditional piece of origami paper, you're going to want the colored side facing down to begin with. And conversely, if you want this little pentagon to be colored, well, then you would do the opposite of what I'm doing right now, just to let you know. Otherwise, if you want the whole star to be colored, yes, you're going to start this way. So with the colored side facing down, I'm going to start by folding our square in half to make a rectangle. And right now the fold is at the bottom. And so from here, I'm going to fold up this bottom corner and align this edge with the top edge. Get a nice crisp point. There, that works. And then unfold. And then going to turn my work and then have this point going up to the end of that crease. So it's basically this edge flush with this edge. And then unfold once again. Okay, so with your fold, your crease at the bottom, we're going to take this point and bring it to this crisscross intersection here. Now, especially if you're using a busy pattern of paper, I find that it helps if you sort of reinforce that intersection so it really pops. And so you're going to bring this bottom corner to that intersection point. Now, it's not going to line up with the creases. You just want this corner to go into that intersection and then crease. So it goes right into that corner. So as you can see, it does not line up with the folds. You don't want it to. Okay, now from here, going to fold this edge to this edge. Okay, and then going to fold this edge along this crease that we just made. Just line it up and crease so you got a nice crisp point at the bottom. Now you're probably thinking this looks really, really cattywampus, and yeah, I know it does, but this is going to work, trust me. So from here, make sure that your piece is nice and crisp and flat. Then turn it over, and we're going to fold this edge to this edge, essentially folding this in half. Again, with a nice crisp point over here. Just lining it up and then squooshing down. And believe it or not, this is the end result. And from here, we are going to have a Pentagon piece of paper. And to do that, along this edge right here, this is the cut line. Okay, so grabbing your pair of scissors, going to cut along this edge carefully. And if you have a bigger pair of scissors than I do, more power to you. There we go. I like these though. All right, and that is it actually. So you don't really waste a lot of paper, and no ruler necessary, which is an extra bonus. You don't have to measure anything. So, like when making snowflakes, you unfold your piece, and you have a perfect pentagon-shaped piece of paper. No ruler. You can thank me later. All right, so from here, we are going to make the actual star. Alrighty. Okay, so from here, this is, an optional little side step that I would recommend doing, is to make some of your creases a little bit crisper. And so, like, for instance, this one is already a mountain fold. However, this one, it's a valley. This one's a valley. This one's a mountain. And this one is also a mountain. To make this a little bit more visible, we're going to make it into a mountain fold. And we're going to need our creases to be a little bit more visible for the next step. So this I find helps. And you only really need to focus on the one side, but I'm going to do it all the way across. So making the valley folds into mountain folds. Just open this up again, and then do the same thing with this valley fold into a mountain fold. So just a little bit crisper. Okay, so from here, we've got our crispy folds. So from here, going to fold this bottom edge so that these two corner points rest on this line and this line here, these two creases. And this center fold is going to match up with this center fold. And we're going to do this 5 times. So folding this up so that this point matches up to this crease, this point matches up to this crease, and this crease is lining up. Like so. And we need to do this a total of 5 times. So, and you are going to want to do a nice crisp crease because we're going to be using these creases later. So let's do that again. Just turn the work, bottom edge up. What I especially like about this particular model is that, as I said before, no ruler is necessary. It's a beautiful thing. Just one cut and you are good to go. So make sure that one's lined up. There we go. And as you can see, it's actually creating a pentagon within the pentagon. And also, as a result, yes, we are creating a ton of creases, but they are going to help to facilitate the process later. Okay. So from here, we have another bunch of preliminary folds that we have to do. And you can kind of see a star already. It's pretty cool. All right, so got a couple more folds to do, and then we can do the actual forming. All right, so from this point, we're going to refold one of our existing folds. Then we're also going to use this fold down here that we made. So it's this fold and this fold that we're going to be utilizing. So what I like to do is start by folding the side and then bringing up the bottom using this fold here and bringing this point to a point. Like that. And squoosh it down so that your piece looks like this. So you have this point sticking out. It's not going to line up. All right, so that's one done, and we have to do this a total of 5 times, like everything else in this project. So going to unfold that, turn, refold the side, and bring up the bottom. Did I go down far enough? Yes. There we go. You know, you want the two edges to line up and your point to be formed. And make these corners nice and crisp as well. And flatten. And then open it all up again. Turn, down, up, and smoosh, open, down, almost got it. There we go. This also, yes, this does take a little bit of practice. And obviously this is not the first time I've made this. So practice, practice, practice. I always suggest this. And after a couple of times, you will get the hang of it. My first one did not turn out very well. I'll be the first to admit it. Okay, and I think that's all of them. Maybe one more? I lost count. Okay, so all of our preliminary folds are completely done. Hooray for us. Now, from here, we're going to take all of these folds and we're going to utilize them so that we can bring the star together. Again, can be a little bit fiddly, but I think I have a little bit of a trick or two that might help you. So let's get to it. Okay, so to completely close this up, almost like a flower at night, what I find helps the best is preparing your points. You know, just bring the points together with a little bit of a crease. It sort of coaxes things together better later, which does help. And it's the other reason why I was suggesting doing the mountain folds when we had it flipped over. It does help a little bit. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to bring the centers of the sides together while keeping the points sticking out. And also giving it a twist as we bring it together. So giving it just a little bit of a twist. And there we go. Yeah. So let me undo that and redo that because, yes, there's a bit of a twist involved that creates this. It almost looks like a flower, actually, the center. So there is a twist and a closure at the same time. And that's why I said that doing the pinching of the tips really does help. And it just sort of comes together. Ta-da! Love it. Absolutely, positively love it. And so what I like to do at this point is flip it over and give it a nice, good press. Make it nice and crispy. Okay, and then we have one last step. This is actually going to be the front of the star. That's the back. That's the back. And so we're going to give it a little bit more definition and shape. All right. All right, so the final bit of folding that we need to do is going to bring these corner points here, 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 and here to the center while folding this bit in half. You'll see what I mean. And so bringing this point to the center while folding this in half. Line that up. And then this is going to be in half lengthwise. Give it a nice sharp point. Let me just put this down. Like so, more or less. Now, this first one, going to unfold it, and then we're going to fold the rest. Now, the reason why you want to fold this one first and unfold it is because folding it and finishing it at the end will be a lot easier if you do this step first. So from here, we're going to do the same thing with the remaining 4 points. Bringing this point to the center. And folding that tip nice and crispy. And then do the same thing with this one. And so we are folding this one over that one. And we're going to keep doing that. Another one. And we've got one more. And this is why we did the preliminary fold, because it's going to make it that much easier to finish this one up. So what I like to do is sort of open this up a little bit and lift up along the fold, scooch that inside, and finish that crease. And then pinch that down. Ta-da! Absolutely love how these come together. Most definitely. And then, of course, you can give it a further pressing. Make sure that everything is nice and pointed and crisp and pretty and presentable and perfect in its own way. There you go. All right, my dears, so there you have it, a lovely origami star. Perfect for decorations, scrapbook embellishments. Now, I was thinking that this would make a really cool ornament for the holidays, and because granted, it is only October at the moment, but if you want to make a whole bunch of these, whether it's for a garland or for a tree or just decorations in general, you might need more than a few of them. And I figure, you know what, I'm going to give you guys plenty of time to make a whole bunch if you so choose. And yeah, there you go. Listen, I really hope that you liked today's tutorial, and if you did, please give a little thumbs up button down below. You know that I appreciate your appreciation, and stay tuned for more, because I'm posting often, whether it's crocheting, knitting, origami, audiobook narration, cooking, you name it. And of course, my other YouTube channel, Fiber Spider Games, where I do video game playthrough and commentary, link in the description box down below. And you know what to do until next time, right? I want all of you to stay inspired, stay folding, stay crafting, stay innovative. Yes, stay caffeinated, and please stay safe. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now, everybody, and have a great day.